going to start cooking up some butter, mushrooms, and garlic. That'll go into the recipe later, but then I'll have this done. One less thing to worry about. Oh no. These ones have got a little bit too much camping spice on them. Tonight's meal is going to be one of these pie iron things. Bread goes in. They're pretty forgiving on an open flame because they're cast iron and they got a lot of mass in them. But we're not using this children's one today. Look at this. Now this is ready for some serious business here. Oh, it's like a medieval torture device. Using puff pastry today. I don't ever use this, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but it's thawed, and I'm just going to roll out a piece that should fit that pie iron nicely. They sound hungry. I'm sure there's enough butter in this stuff that it wouldn't stick, but now this puff pastry should puff up. I don't know how full to fill this, but I'm gonna close it up before the bugs get in there. A whole bunch of roast beef. I did this at home. That deli roast beef is getting expensive, so delicious, seasoned, thinly shaved home roast beef, Swiss cheese for good measure. Let's see what happens. Mosquitoes are coming out. It's mosquito hour. So I'm using this thermocell. I use it all the time. It basically burns one of these little pads on the top, and that gives off the same stuff that's in a mosquito coil, except way more concentrated. And they're available wherever you can find camping gear. I'm not sponsored by them, but I just love these things, so I have to let everybody know about it. I have to say, I'm a sucker for those little short reels of foods that pop up all the time on social media. And they're always just using the same 10 ingredients and doing weird designs. There's always puff pastry, bacon, cheese, ground beef, tortillas, wrapped in little different ways. So there's no shortage of those. And every time I try to do something new, it usually goes wrong. So we're gonna see how this goes. I do have some cans of ravioli for backup food. That's Camping 101. If you're trying a new recipe that you've never done before that might not work, have a can of ravioli. Ooh. Now, this is real greasy because puff pastry is 99% butter. All right, let's see. There's no way that this is healthy, even in the slightest, but it is so good. Wow. A meat-filled, crispy pastry. I can get used to this. One factor with these pie iron meals is it takes a while to cook them. That was probably 15 to 17 minutes, and I just made one. So although it's an unhealthy meal, it's just inconvenient enough that I'm not going to sit down and just eat a whole pile. This Tyvek chair is holding up surprisingly well. Did take some reinforcements when we were first messing around with sewing these things. This stuff needs a few layers if it's going to hold any serious weight. But I'm hanging around kind of close to home right now, taking care of garbage, because my friend that takes care of garbage at the acreage, and he stays there too, and he does carpentry work and stuff. He's on vacation, so that means I'm camping close to home, which is why there's road noise. Pretty much all the campgrounds anywhere relatively close that are larger in size, that might have places, spots available, they seem to be right along main roads, like an interstate main highway there. So that's what we're working with for now. But it's always good to get out of the house, sleep outside in the fresh air. It makes a world of difference. I'm making another one. Probably about time to break out the flashlight too. I find those dollar store ones are so convenient, the LED floodlight ones. With the soothing sound of the highway, I should have no trouble sleeping tonight. Midnight snack. Just finish this off and get the bed set up. I'll show you what it's all about in there. So my various articles of sleeping paraphernalia, sleeping bag, pillow, and another little blanket. Seems cozier already. Inside the tent, first regret is I didn't put something to hang this light up on. That's okay. I got this little log in the corner, and same on the other side, to try and hold these sides out, because in the absence of my tent pegs, this will have to do. So can't stress this enough. That screen there is pretty crucial. If anybody's actually tempted to do this in real life, to go camping in, you need that screen, because this, you're not going to be able to breathe through it at all. So if it's taped up, you need that ventilation, 100%. Here's the tricky part. The zipper only has the handle on the other side, so I'm just going to take both my hands. I'll meet up with you when I get this zipped up. So that's the trick. You just got to pull it up from the outside. It doesn't completely close, but extra ventilation. Very glad for that screen. I can feel the cool air blowing on me right now. Fire extinguisher would be probably the smartest thing to weigh down those corners, because I'm sure this burns. And the tent will not give you privacy. Like, it is opaque, however, the shadows will show through. Like, if you're moving around in here and you've got a light on, it'd be like that tent on Austin Powers, where it projects everything onto that wall. So just behave yourself and you shouldn't have a problem. And I'm going to hit the hay already in here. And if anything happens in the night interesting, turn the camera on. Hi, guys. Good morning. See, it's not even a death trap. I survived just fine. It was a little crinkly, of course, when I touched the sides, but I had pretty good sleep. I'm gonna make some breakfast though. I normally don't start a fire in the morning because you gotta put that out before you go, but there is a water tap close by, so we can make sure this is extinguished. I'm not using that little fire starter contraption from yesterday, because those were $3 per one cupcake, and this was like $6, and I can start many fires with it. Those little fire starter things are a really cool idea, and I can do that at home. I'll just use up my old candle stumps and old crayons, if I had any of that, and you can make your own for basically nothing. rare treat that I get to have breakfast. I'm normally packing up and trying to get out as fast as I can, but today I can leisurely pack things up and cook a meal. This chair has held up phenomenally. I'm very impressed with this as a solution to an old, tattered chair that's losing its functionality. But I should eat breakfast more. I really should. I'm going to get this all packed up. That's a nice thing. It should take down real quick because it's just 2 knots. And then I bunch it up and throw it in the car. This is one of those pans from those infomercials, that non-stick stuff. It's pretty good. I got it, I think, from a thrift store. And I like it because it's got the metal handle. And it wasn't very expensive, so that makes it perfect for cooking on a campfire. It's not a super fancy pan. I know there's better out there, but for camping, I think this one's pretty good. It's nothing you'd put on a wedding registry or anything, but it does the job for me, and I don't care if it gets a little scorched on the bottom. I know there's that Boy Scout trick. You put dish soap on the bottom, and supposedly it'll just wipe right off, but it's a thrift store pan. I don't care. There's no good way to fold this. Once this stuff gets crinkled up, it's not as loud anymore, but for the first few uses, it's going to be noisy. Campfire wood is pretty expensive, but I got a lot of wood at home, so I'm going to pay it forward for the next fellow that shows up. A little bit of surprise firewood. You can't even see that from driving the road, so it'll be a nice surprise for whoever gets this site. All the water in the cooler is going to work really good putting this fire out. So to make sure the fire's out, you got to drench it, stir it, drench it again, relight it, and put it out again, and repeat, just to make sure it's good and out, because beautiful parks and we don't want to lose them. So I know that seems ironic for those that try to start fires. Sometimes they can be difficult with wet wood. So it seems unlikely that a little bit of a hot spot would get it going again, but it happens. I've gone to a few campsites. We pulled up, I put some wood on it, and it started up on its own. I didn't even see any smoking. It was just from the embers underneath. So I think we're in good shape here. And about time to hit the road. So much tieback left to make a tent city. And I really do enjoy seeing what I can use for camping that's not intended for camping. So, thank you everybody for watching. Please consider subscribing. It's always something different. Sometimes stealth camping, sometimes I make a tent out of garbage or whatever. It's usually weird, but I'd appreciate it if you came along on the journey. Cheers, everybody.
The new dippable and shareable McCrispy strips, only at McDonald's.
Automation and AI-powered tools in Greenhouse can not only help you drive efficiency, but also help you deliver a fair, transparent, and engaging candidate experience that wins more